Why should engineers be involved in public policy? Well, let's start at the beginning. Because it's part of serving the public, and engineers are devoted to serving the public. A second important reason is to help make their ideas better understood, to make sure that the people who are using them and employing them can understand what they are capable of doing and what they cannot do. It's also important to help these communities make decisions about the best use of technology and how it supports their goals. Now, as you get involved in public policy, it's often very useful to consider it as part of the engineering process. You can think about it as part of the assessment step that we bring to any engineered product. We assess what we've done, we see how well it works, and we ask how well it meets the needs of the public. This is something that needs to be done and done regularly in the public context. Now, as you get involved in public policy, you quickly discover that it's often a discussion of goals, not necessarily a discussion of means. And you also discover that engineering goals are often quite different from policy goals. Engineering goals are often very technical and very concrete, no matter what you might think. These goals often are technical targets, or they involve achieving a certain kind of technical simplicity or economic efficiency, or sometimes they're merely trying to expand the scale and scope of technical engineering. By contrast, policy goals can often be very broad, very ill-defined, and very vague. They can sometimes be summarized somewhat glibly as making the community healthy, wealthy, and wise. Policy goals often are involved with the health and security of a community, of building wealth in the community, of trying to get enough foresight to see future challenges and how one might address them. And these kinds of issues are always solved by community discussions with a wide variety of stakeholders. When you get to intermediate policy goals, goals that have a shorter time horizon, these can often seem much more similar to engineering goals, though they are still quite different. They're often things like building an industry, or supporting and making use of an existing investment, or finding jobs for workers, or even making the best use of a community's resources, whether those resources be natural resources, human resources, or social resources. In these policy discussions, you're often focused on trade-offs between the different classes of goals. Who benefits and who's going to pay? What kind of present benefit can you expect? And what kind of future payment will there be? One of the roles of engineers in these discussions is trying to keep the discussions honest, trying to explain clearly and forcefully what technology can do and what it can't. So this gets us back to our question. Why do we participate? We do so because it should be considered part of the engineering process, part of assessing what we do and seeing how well it meets the public need. We should do so because we have a technical knowledge that helps focus the conversations and helps keep them honest, helps people understand what technology can and cannot do. And finally, because it's part of the public service of engineering. We are there to serve the public. And being in service to the public, we should be involved in the public discussions. So that's our answer to the question, why should engineers be involved in public policy? This is a video produced by the IEEE Global Public Policy Committee. Thanks for listening. Take care.